Hello. After going through the lecture about materials, now we are going to talk about floor materials and some advantages and disadvantages of the use of in different interior design projects and architecture projects. Also to see the relationship between the choice of a specific material for a specific conceptual approach or a specific function. We have a division of we have three types of flooring. We can divide it in hard, in flexible, and in soft. In the hard flooring, we have stone, concrete, wood, laminate, tile, metal, and glass. In the flexible one, we have vinyl, rubber, linoleum, cork, and then in the soft flooring, we have carpets and rugs. We will start with the first category, hard floorings, and we'll talk about some different types of stone flooring. Stone is the most durable, improves with ages, and lasts a lifetime. However, it's a very expensive option. In the stone floorings, we have one that it's one of the most commons, that it's granite. It's the hardest and most durable form of stone. It is very durable, very resistant to the impact and to the heat and also abrasion. That's why not only we use it in buildings, in facades and floorings, but also we use it in public spaces that need to last for a long time. Like I explained in the materials lecture, the use of a specific material, it's related also to if that material is available and it's a local material. So you'll see that the variation of materials that are used all over the world in different countries, they are closely related to the local materials that are available. Another stone material, it's marble. It's especially used more in interior design projects, but you can see also like in the exteriors. It's more porous than granite and also breaks and scratch easily. That's why many times it's not so widely used in flooring. And when it's used, then it gets kind of destroyed with the time. We have here two examples, the one on the left with marble flooring and the one on the right in the outdoor with granite flooring. Another two types of stone flooring, it's the slate and the limestone. Slate, it's a fine-grained material in the family of metamorphic rocks, and it's waterproof, it resists to stains, so it's a good choice. However, it's really an expensive material in terms of maintenance and also in terms of price. Limestone, it's a sedimentary rock and has a light color, and it's the grain, it's a little bit softer than the other stone materials that we have talked about. You have in the top the term of vals, sorry, from Peter Zumthor, that he's using the slate that is used in that region to do not only the flooring but also the walls of the project of the terms. And then you have on your left side some interior design projects done in limestone, and you also have a facade that is using the limestone. A couple of more pictures now from the use of slate, indoor and outdoor. So the architect, Peter Zumthor, he used the same material in the indoor and the outdoor, in the swimming pool area and also in the terms inside. All the project, it's done with the same material, with a specific texture, as you can see here, like horizontal lines that applies like a rhythm through the project. Another well-known and very dear material for architects, it's the travertine. It's a sedimentary rock, and it's very close. It looks like a lot of limestone, um, but it requires a degree of extra care, and it's very expensive compared to other natural stones. It's warm, it's elegant and durable, but it's a very porous material. So usually you see the porous, there's some holes on it. So depending on if you are using it in the outside, you can just apply it naturally. You don't have to put any coat. But if you want to use it indoors, for any place that it needs maintenance and it needs to be washed, then normally you'll have like it's filled and sealed with a specific layer that allows that kind of stops that porosity and avoids the water to go inside. Um, it's a very popular, like I explained, and you have here in this case examples of it being used in a public space in the outdoor area, from Ramculas in Oporto, and also here being used in indoor and outdoor with no difference in the flooring type in with Mies van der Rohe Barcelona Pavilion in Spain. And you can see how the connection between the flooring and then the stainless steel columns, the crossed stainless steel columns. Now, if we were talking about familiar and the favorite materials that architects use, we also have the concrete flooring. And concrete floors are extremely durable and easy to clean, and they can resist water if they are properly sealed. It also works very good if you want to apply radiant heating below that pavement. And it could have different finishings with colors, stains, and you could also apply different textures, as you can see there in the left side in the pictures. It could be smooth, it could be polished, and it could also be stamped and create a pattern. Concrete does not appeal natural resources. It requires less energy than other floor types to produce, and it's made locally. It's good for indoor air quality because it inhibits the mold and also contains no potassium harmful VOCs. Concrete's absorption of warm and cool air minimizes the needs for heating and cooling. And concrete can also be recycled, so it can cut down the need and discard of waste because it can then be applied and used in other projects. Here we are not just seeing the concrete flooring, but also the concrete walls and ceiling. All it's concrete. If you remember the lecture that when we talked about materials, when we explored the concrete section, we talked about Tadoando, and we said that this was a special material for him, and he was always using them through all his projects. And and by that I mean that he was using in all, let's say, the elements of architecture that is employing. Concrete can also withstand the wear, is resistant to fire and water, stains, bacteria, and others. And it won't scratch, and it's easy to clean, and it's designed customizable. Concrete also contributes to a good air quality, and it can reduce the energy bills. Now, another natural type of material that we use and the architects like to use in the interiors, also in the exteriors, most of the times in the interior projects, is the wood flooring. And again, in the materials, we talked about the difference between the hardwood and the softwood, and here we are going to explore this a little bit more. So hardwood species, they vary in durability, grain patterns, and colors. Oak, maple, and cherry are among the most common species due to their hardness. Exotic woods like mahogany and Brazilian cherry aren't as durable, but are prized for their striking appearance. While solid hardwood can be repeated refinished, engineered hardwood flooring can only be refinished a limited number of times. So it will last longer for you to use the solid hardwood, than to use an engineered hardwood. Depending on the thickness of the layer of wood that it's there, then the durability will change in the number of years that can last and the number of times that can be pre-finished. Solid hardwood is an example. You have this example that you have here. It's a solid hardwood flooring. So it's mild from a single piece of wood, and then it can be sanded and it can last for decades. And but however, it's more susceptible to temperature and humidity changes. So it has to be applied in a specific way not to have any problems with the water. But it can be applied, as you can see here, in places that like bathrooms, saunas. It's if it's done in a right way, then it can resist to water. Here, there are mainly three styles of hardwood flooring boards. We have the strip, that it's the most common type of hardwood. So it's usually like 2 inches wide and it creates a very even linear look. And then we have the plank, that is a flooring that requires a little bit more space. So planks range from 3 to 8 inches wide centimeters. And then we have the parquet, that it's consists of a geometric patterns linked together. And in the left side, you can see the different examples. Now, this is for the solid hardwood flooring, that it's a solid piece of wood. Now, when we talk about engineered hardwood flooring, we are not using, it's not 100% made of wood. So normally just what you have is that it will be created by bonding layers of hardwood like plies together in a cross grain, so a 90-degree construction. And then the top layer, the lamella, is the wood that it's visible when the flooring is installed and it's adhered to the core. The increased stability of engineered wood is achieved by running each layer to 90 degrees to the layer above. So if you don't use this 90 degrees angle, then the flooring won't be so resistant. Engineered wood allows for a floating installation where the planks are not adhered to the subfloor of each other, so they can be easily repaired and reduce the installation time. Other types of flooring are materials that we have seen also in the previous lecture, like OSB, particle board, melamine covered particle board, and medium density fiber board. They can withstand higher levels of humidity, and they can be installed in baths and basements, as well as over concrete subfloors and radiant heating elements. We'll say that this engineered hardwood uses fewer trees than the solid hardwood. So let's say to some extent it's more sustainable than just a piece of lumber. OSB flooring. OSB, it's oriented strand board, and as you can see from the pictures, it's a board that it's formed by adding adhesives and then compressing layers of wood strands, like some small flakes of wood in specific orientations. And because of this irregularity, they can impart some differences in thickness, panel size, strength, and rigidity. They have no internal gaps or voids, and they are also like water resistant, but they require additional membranes to make them impermeable to water. There are some pictures here with different examples of the use of OSB in flooring, walls, staircases. Then we have the bamboo flooring. Bamboo, it's recyclable material and can be rapidly renewable. It's harder than most of the hardwoods and helps to reduce the dependency on the hardwood flooring. It's also, bamboo, it's not a tree, it's a grass, so it grows much faster than the normal trees, and it's more earth friendly. It can come with a variety of colors, and normally we have three types. We have the natural bamboo, as we can find it in nature. Then we have the stained bamboo that it has coated by a color that it's applied by hand. And then we have the carbonized bamboo, sorry, where during the production the carbon is added to the dye of the bamboo through rather than just on the first surface. And then colors can range to the tan to the light brown. And usually if it's carbonized, then it decreases the floor strength, the bamboo floor strength. So we have three types of colors or ranges of colors, and then we also have three main types of construction for different looks in bamboo. We have we have the horizontal, the vertical, and the woven or stranded. In the horizontal, the bamboo strips are layered and pressed together, and the knuckles from the stalk appear in graining, preserving the authentic look like of the grass. In the vertical way, bamboo strips are turned sideways and laid side by side before gluing. While this is less durable, but it offers cleaner and more contemporary graining. The third type is when you use shred strands of bamboo that are compressed with a resin to produce a harder surface like hardwood. This is the most durable floor and lends an interesting and a kind of an exotic look. There are here some examples of the use of bamboo flooring. And then we reach to the laminate flooring. And laminate, it's the chameleon of the floor world because it can emulate any kind of material. It can look like wood, like stone, like marble, and it can give you that look with a very cheap and low price. So it's a very inexpensive product, let's say, compared to the other ones that we are exploring here. Laminate flooring, it's constructed of different layers of material fused together. So you will normally have a melamine wear layer with a high resolution photo on the surface, like it's emulating a specific material, or even it could be just a picture or a logo of a company. And then it has a dense core board and a melamine backing layer. It's durable, it's affordable, and resists to stains, fading, and moisture. And the installation is very, very quick. Laminate can be considered also as an extremely earth-friendly flooring because it uses less treat than the natural wood, and can be reused or recycled than just discard. However, the problem is that the patterns can look like somehow boring and repetitive because you don't have, it's not a natural thing. So many times now they are widening the range of the possibilities that you have, but sometimes what you can happen is that you can see patches or patterns on the floor that are repeated to some extent that doesn't look the same, doesn't give you the same natural appearance that you'll normally find in a natural product. The tile flooring. Tile it's made from natural materials like ceramic, stone, or glass, and it's considered to be an environmental friendly material. It can come with a wide range of shapes, size, colors, and textures also. And they are resistant to fire, stains, scratches, water, bacteria, and others. We'll go through some of the different types of tiles that we can have. We started with a ceramic tile that it's crafted from a mix of clays and sand and other natural substances, and because normally the material is porous, it is finished with a protective glaze on top of it. Ceramic tile, it's a little bit more prone to wear, cracking, and chipping than the porcelain tile. The porcelain tile, it's the next material that we are going to talk. It's made by firing finely ground clays and minerals at extremely high temperatures. So it's harder and denser than the ceramic. So it's better to resist better the water and stains. And normally it's used even more in the outdoors because it won't crack in cold temperatures. However, it's a little bit harder to install than ceramic tiles. Then we have the terracotta tile, the quarry. And terracotta and other man-made and handmade tiles are often unglazed, and the majority appear in the range of tones of red, from the kind of orange to red tones, because they are handmade with clay or wooden frame or pressed to fit in a mold. Without a glazed terracotta tile, it's highly porous. So if you want to make it water resistant, it has to have that glaze finish on top. Then in the tile flooring, we also have the mosaics, and the porcelain, ceramic, and glass tiles, smaller than, they could be made of, of different materials. It could be made of porcelain, ceramic, and glass tiles. And normally they are smaller than 2 inches. They come in numerous shapes and all sorts of designs. We have here some examples of the application of tiles in the floor, also in the walls, here in Casa da Música from Ram Koolhaas. Also in the same project from Koolhaas, we have the metal flooring. As you can see, there's pictures from the outdoor spaces, the public spaces, what is using a metallic frame on the floor. In the interior, we see pictures from staircases that are made out of metal. And at the same time, we see that also the walls and the ceiling are also using metal, sometimes frames, sometimes just plain boards. Here with the Herzog and Marron in Caixa Forum, Madrid, indoors in the staircase and outdoors in the courtyard with a specific type of texture metal, like a pattern that they created and developed inside in the walls. And you can see that the floor, it's also made of the same metal sheets, but not with the pattern that they develop on the facade. Now, we can also have glass floors, and the type of material that you use, it really depends on the strategy of the architect and the conceptual approach that he wants to have, and also the expectations from the users, how the architect wants the users to feel and live the space. So we have here examples. So the glass, it's transparent. It can also be tainted, but it could also be, it's kind of translucent. And if you are using tempered glass, then it's highly durable and resistant to any kind of damage. As you can see here in the steps in the staircase or the floor of the house, and here in the glass bridge skywalk in Grand Canyon in USA. I think this should be kind of a thrilling experience. If you can research a little bit more about it. So kind of 2 extremes, indoors and outdoors, to be used. Other ways of using the glass, even to give a specific feeling inside the house. As you can see, there's water, so the swimming pool, it's on top of in this case a balcony in the right side interior space. And then even the way that the light penetrates the house, it becomes kind of wavy because of the texture of the water when the light goes through it. Now, talking about flexible floorings, we'll see some different types. The first one that we'll talk about, it's vinyl flooring. And this is the most popular type of resilient flooring. It's durable, low maintenance, easy on budget, easy to install, and it can look like hardwood, tile, stone, comes in a variety of colors. It's also soft underfoot, so it's very comfortable to stand on in longer periods. It's also warm to touch than sometimes the harder surface like tile or stone are. Some vinyl floors also contain recycled content, so they are also moving towards greener practices, such as utilizing low VOC inks. And it can withstand water, and it doesn't easily dent, scratch, stain, or fade. And it can be cut it can be cut or gouged by sharp objects. This also provides, if they need some kind of maintenance or repair, it's also easy to do it because you can easily remove it and then put another layer on top of it. Vinyl is composed of 4 layers. So the vinyl has a protective urethane top coat, then a protective clear vinyl layer, a printed design layer, and then a felt or fiberglass backing. It's available in sheets, tiles, and plaques. You have here the sheets. Normally they come in rolls, and it can be like installed like seamlessly. And then you have the tiles, the vinyl tiles that want to look like tiles, and it can be in any kind of orientation from checkboard to diagonal layout. And then also they can come with planks. Normally the ones that come in planks, they want to mimic the wood planks to make it feel more realistic in terms of texture and pattern. Then we have the rubber flooring, and again the rubber flooring is available in sheets or tiles, and it's a very resilient floor option, and it's very comfortable underfoot. You can see this in indoor places, also outdoor, many times in kids playground. This is the type of material that it's used. It has a wide range of colors and a variety of patterns and textures. It's durable and resists to water, and it's easy to clean and install. Linoleum flooring, it's all natural alternative to vinyl. It's extremely durable, withstands heavy traffic and scratches, and can last for decades. However, it's much more expensive than the vinyl sheets. It comes also with a wide variety of colors, and you can choose between sheets or tiles, and it's available for hundreds of years. It's manufactured from renewable, all natural materials, including linseed oil, cork dust, and wood floor. It's durable, fire resistance, it can be recyclable, and it contributes to a good air quality. It also repels the dirt and the dust. So it's very easy to clean, and also keeps away the allergies. And it contains no potential harmful VOCs. Linoleum, it's warm and comfortable and can be easily repaired if it's damaged. In terms of durability, it can vary a little bit because it requires kind of a regular refinishing. Now, then we have the cork flooring. The cork, it's made from tree bark, and they are the floors made with cork that are sustainable and come with a wide range of colors. It's a renewable and recyclable material. It produces very little waste in the manufacturing process because almost every part of the product it's used. And cork, it's a natural insulator, so it can lower your energy bills. It's also warm and soft underfoot. And again, like bamboo, the cork floors can have the cork's natural color, can be stained or painted. The cork flooring, it's good for insulation. It's very good for durability. Of course, larger granules mean that the cork is more dense than the smaller granules. The finishing also, the cork does require a sealing with wax on polyurethane or vinyl sealant. So cork is a natural thermal and acoustic insulator, is resilient and make it easy to stand on. It's also resistant to fire, stains, mold, and mildwood. It's hypoallergenic and can fade over time, especially if it's having direct sunlight on top of it. It's also easy to be punctured or scratched easily, especially if it's not impervious, to the moisture. Now, for the third type of flooring, soft floorings, we'll talk about two types. So we have the carpets flooring, and the carpet, it's a soft, cozy to walk on, practical, and it comes with a rainbow of colors and can actually lower your heating bills. It comes with different types of density. So as you can see there in the picture, you could have high density and low density, and this depends on the closeness of the yarns in the carpet. So the number of stitches that it has per centimeter or inch. Of course, the denser the pile is, then the better the quality is. The carpet's flooring can be distinguished also by the pad and the pile. The pad, it's also called the cushion or the underlay. The carpet pad is the thin foam fiber or rubber layer beneath the carpets, and it can prolong the life of the carpet, serve as an insulator, and adds comfort. Now, the pile, it is a visible surface of the carpet, and it consists on fiber tufts in loops that are either cut or uncut. Also can be called a knot. And we are going to see four general types. We have more. You have the cut and loop pile. Then we have also the level loop pile, the multi-level loop pile, and then the cut pile. You can see in the left side how the different types of piles would look like. Then we have the Saxony that features tightly twisted cut piles standing straight up. Then we have the plush that are closely packed tufts all the same length for a smooth, luxurious surface, also called like velvet. When you pass the hand on it, it changes the, let's say, the color uh, depending on your movement, like it happens when you are touching velvet. The texture carpet mix twisted and strained piles for a nubby look, and then we have the freezy, the freeze that it's a highly twisted with fibers curling in different directions, and then we have the shag that gives you that kind of shaggy appearance, that it's strands that are slightly twisted and set farther apart from each other. The carpet's flooring could be made out of different materials, but the basic material that it's the composition of a carpet, it's fiber. And fiber, it's either man-made, like the nylon, polyester, acrylics, or the natural fibers like wood or sisal. There are kind of 5 fiber types. Nylon, it's the most common fiber and it's the most durable and resilient. And then we have polyester that it resists to fading, white standing stains, and offers a variety of textures and colors. It could also be recycled from plastic bottles and can improve or doesn't interfere with the allergies. Then we have the olefin that the carpet stands up to the sunlight, pitch, and stains, but it's less resilient and it can cause crushing. Then the wood, the natural, along with lending luxurious look and feel, also purifies the indoor air, inhibits the dust mite and bacteria growth, and possess inherent hypoallergenic properties. It's the most expensive type of carpet that we know. And to finish, the fifth one, it's the acrylic. It's known as a kind of a man-made wool. It's acrylic fiber that offers the look and feel of wood at a lower cost. It resists static, moisture, mildew, crushing, and stains. It's not, however, as durable as the normal wood, withstanding heavy traffic. The other option in the soft floorings are the rugs, sorry. The simplest and most cost-effective way to update the floor. So in terms of interior design, this is a very good practice to kind of turn around the look of a space without having to change or require so much, let's say, effort or construction from in an easily move. You can change all the appearance of a room. You'll see that mostly, not all, also inside the houses, of course, but when you go to spaces like hotels, lounge, public spaces and public buildings, you always find this kind of touch to add some dose of color, pattern, or softness. They can also help to define a specific area. As you can see here in the picture, that the position of the rug kind of divides the circulation space from the space where you should stay and rest and sit. There are lots of different types of carpets all through the history, and here is just a list of some of them. And I will leave you with the last picture from Oscar Niemeyer in Brazil, from this beautiful staircase with the blue rug on top of it. Thank you.